Okay, so here's the third and the fourth page of your study guide. So Matthew used the key to answer the following questions. Write his answer in the box below. So the first thing that you need to look at is the key, y'all. So the little black squares are negatives and the little white outlined ones are positive. Ultimately, if you're adding integers, you're just canceling them out. So this guy and this guy cancel out. This one and this one cancel out. That one and that one and that one and that one, which leaves me with these three. So if I go back to the key, I know that those are negative. I've got 1, 2, 3, so I've got 3 negatives. That's my answer. Over here, we always start at 0. So here is our starting point, right here. Now we're going to go back 5. So the first number has to be -5. So instantly I can get rid of this one and this one, because those were +5. So they have to start with -5. Another thing is this is my end point. This is where where it ended. So I know my answer has to be -2, which -2, -2, -2. Okay. So before I even get going, I should check using my calculator. Is -5 plus 3 -2? Yeah. So that's right. Is -5 plus a -3 -2? No, because look, this would be a minus. -5 minus 3 is -8. So that is not correct. And then over here, two negatives make a positive. -5 plus 3 is -2. Once again, using your calculator, you can justify, or you can check yourself. So the only two answers I should have is that one and that one. Okay, so it wants you to actually fill in using the checkers. So if I look back at the key, I have a +5. So the positive or the white. So I just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Plus a -9. So -9 are the black ones. So I just got to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. And then it says equals. So first of all, y'all, let's just get real. Plus and a minus is a minus. 5 minus 9 is a -4. And you get to use your calculator, so use it. Okay. I could also, remember like we did on the one up at the top, you can cancel them. Leaving me with 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are negative, so -4. -4. And then I would have to do my 4 negative counters. Okay? Those look like little olives. All right, which number sentence is represented by this model? First and foremost, you need to start off by saying, okay, I'm starting off with -8 checkers, right? 1, 2, you can count them up, they're all negative. So -8, this one's 8, so I don't even know how that's possible. Also, you can start by using your calculator. Is -8 divided by -4 2? Yes, so I'm going to keep that on for right now. Is -8 divided by -4 a -2? No, two negatives make a positive, so that's not even possible. Is -8 divided by 4 -2? Yes, so now I've got to determine between those two. I've got it down to a 50-50, which is true. Now this is how you do these. You count how many groups there are. There are 4 groups. The number of groups is always the positive number. So I know that 4 needs to be positive. And look, here 4 is, and it's positive. Up here, So my answer is D. Once again, you count the number of groups. The number of groups is always positive. So look, since this is the positive number, I know that that's the number of groups I'm going to have. So I need to have 5 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's looking good. So we're going to keep it. 1, 2 groups. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups. Keep it. 1, 2 groups. Nope. So now I know my answer is going to be -10. This one ends at +10. This one ends at -10. Therefore, my answer is B, because that's saying 5 groups of -2 equals -10, and B is true. All right, at this point, you should not be using your calculator anymore because you won't be able to use it on your test. So here is a problem, and what we have to do is you ultimately just have to remember PEMDAS. So we should do what's in parentheses first. So if I start with Jill, 1 plus 2 is 3, but Jill, I don't know what she did. She did some exponent stuff, so I'm not feeling good with Jill. Over here, Jack said 1 plus 2 is 3. Immediately, I know Jack is correct. I don't even have to keep on going. Jack is correct. So I have to go back and read what it's actually asking me. It said, explain who is incorrect. Who is incorrect is Jill. And I'm not going to write it out just for time's sake, but it's because she did not follow order of operations and simplify within parentheses first. She did exponents, which is incorrect. All right, these we've been doing in class nonstop. So I'm going to put PEMDAS, large and in charge. PEMDAS, okay. So no parentheses. We have parentheses, but there's nothing to simplify within parentheses. So we go to exponents, no exponents. So really all of these are multiply, divide, adding, and subtracting. So remember, best friends, multiplying and dividing are best friends, so you go left to right. Addition and subtraction are best friends, so you go left to right. So right here, I ask myself, do I divide or add first? I divide. Now, you do not get to use a calculator, so this is what's going through your mind the whole time. A negative and a positive is a negative. 35 divided by 7 is 5. Drop down your plus 4. Opposite signs, I subtract. So 5 minus 4 is 1. I keep the sign of the larger number, which is 5. So the whole thing is negative. Okay, so I ask myself, do I multiply? Oh, wait, actually, let's get rid of these double signs first. 2 negatives make a positive. I'm not lazy, so I'm going to go ahead and rewrite it. Okay? Now, do I multiply or do I add? I multiply. A negative and a positive is a negative. 6 times 2 is 12. Drop down your positive 5. Opposite signs, I subtract. I keep the sign of the larger number. Down here, okay, I'm going to look for double signs. I see them right here. A positive and a minus make a minus. So I'm not lazy. I'm going to go ahead and rewrite that. Now I ask myself, do I subtract or multiply? I multiply. A negative 3 times a positive 4. So a negative and a positive is a negative. 3 times 4 is 12. Drop down your negative 10. Same sign, because these are both negatives, I add. So 10 plus 12 is 22. Scuba Steve went down 10 meters, then he went down 12 more. He's down 22 meters. Do not forget your negative. Okay, I'm looking for double signs. I'm looking, I don't see them. Okay, so then I ask myself, do I subtract or divide first? I divide. A negative 40 divided by a negative 8. So a negative and a negative is a positive. 40 divided by 8 is 5. Drop down your negative 8. Opposite signs, I subtract. 8 minus 5 is 3. I take the sign of the larger number. So my whole answer is negative. Do we have any more? Is there anything else? All right, there's your study guide. Study, 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 and be ready to take your test when you come in next time.